things. So basically, you can see that 81% of the people use same passwords and username in various websites. So this is the main reason of cyber attack. So basically, in this project, we are here to prevent the cyber attack. And now Shekhar will explain you. Shekhar, Shekhar, unmute yourself.
Hello. Hello.
One minute. I think there is some net issue. He is rejoining again.
Okay. This is group number 17, right?
Oh, ma'am, am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I rejoined it, ma'am. I guess there's some problem. Sorry for that.
Yeah, yeah,
I
good.
will just continue with that. What Prakash said. I will just put some light. In 2019, ma'am, around 3 lakh cybersecurity incidents were reported according to the CERNET India, which handles the cybersecurity stats and all in India. During the problem which we have identified is during this time, false representation and duplicate identity is the major problem, especially in ma'am government sectors where banking, passports, any other important documents registrations are done. This is a common practice which has been identified. The solutions which we have proposed and is not being implemented in many places and can be incorporated to tackle this is to we are proposing a form which will automatically take the photographs and locations of the user and include it in the form and get it saved to the management database side. This method can almost prune the hackers or ingenious peoples from entering and can add a strong layer of security to the forms and the registrations which will be happening. The softwares which we will be using are Node.js. It is a platform built on Chrome's JavaScript runtime engine for easily building fast and like scalable apps on server side and network applications for mainly for backend. It's an open source as well as a closed platform runtime platform where we can develop backend apps, especially for server side. And the database which we'll be using is any data we can use any non-sql database, or specifically we are targeting for nebd database. It is a kind of smaller non-sql database that mimics mongodb. The api of nebd database is also a subset for mongodb api. And the third.
Hello. Is Shwetanshu audible?
I
Yeah.
think again there is some problem. So I'm basically the exact. I think he joined.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Audible. You are.
Where I left off.
Yeah,
Okay, so
continue.
yeah, okay, ma'am. So software are Node.js. It's a platform built JavaScript runtime engine
Yeah, this
for.
is okay. And this you have already told. Go ahead.
So the third thing which I will be Navigator Web API. With the help of this API, we will retrieve the location of the user, ma'am, at the client side and send it to the server and save it to the server side for the further adding that security layer which I was talking about before. This is the workflow which we have decided. First, we'll be working on the client side page, then putting up the API connections, and then linking it to the database, and then creating the admin side page. And the final will be testing and other things. The contributions, how we have divided is based on front end and database connections and back end and API connections. All the four members have got that kind of equal work as displayed here. And
Okay.
these are the references. And for clear understanding, we will be having a two HTML files, or you can say front end files. One will be for client, one will be for server. The server is kind of the management side, which will store the data in the database file.
So on this
Thank you.
cyber security, the hackers do not randomly use any user and password. They use many apps which are available in Google, like Selenium. Use CURL Phantom JS so that they can have or hack the password. So basically, to prevent that, we are coming up with these solutions.
Okay. Okay. How far have you progressed in this till now?
Ma'am, for our Shwetanshu will tell like the locations we have added in that, and we have to add the image of the person. So we are coming hardly like mostly in review 2 we will be able to complete mostly, ma'am.
Okay. So how will you be testing this? Like when you demonstrate, how
Ma'am,
will you be testing that?
Ma'am, like that, when we will provide the form to anyone, like you can also submit the form, and then when you are submitting it, we will be getting the locations and the photo which you are submitting at the time of while putting the information in the form, and then we can display that to you as a result that we are fetching the information in the backend. So,
Okay.
this can be
So
helpful for
while demonstrating, yeah.
yeah, ma'am, this can be helpful for various
I
banking sectors. Like there are many fraud people who try to accommodate the personal information of any other people. So this can be very helpful in that scenario.
Okay, so like in your review, final review, you demonstrate one such example. Like among the class, you circulate so that you try to identify these kind of security hacks. If some problem occurs or something, try to do that kind of an example. Okay, like try to
Yeah,
give
ma'am.
support some
We
for.
can like the if we circulate the form in our classroom, so their locations and their photograph will be submitted, so which we are getting, and we will provide it to the banking sector, so they will confirm when the people arrive to the bank for any of its purposes. So this is our main motto of the project.
Okay, okay. Okay, this seems good now, but let's see how far you progress and how successful it is. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Ma'am,
thank
can we
you.
leave?
Yeah, 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 thank you.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
group 9, are you ready now? Let me see. And Nupur, I think they had completed. Sovin, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Just a second. Sovin, so whom shall I make the presenter?
You can make me only, ma'am. I'll be presenting.
Okay, just raise your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
I have made you a presenter, so you can go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, let me know once my screen is visible.
Just a second. Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, ma'am. Our project is the home automation system. We are going to be making it using Arduino and the Bluetooth. So these are project members. It's me, Suparna Mishra, and Saivarman. So what we're going to be making is basically just we're going to make a controller on app controller on our phone, and we'll be able to control devices like LEDs or say even a fan or any motor, which is connected to the relay board just by using our phone. So our phone will be basically the controller, and Bluetooth is the means of the communication here. And we're going to be controlling it using we're going to do two simulations. One is going to be an online simulation, one is going to be the offline simulation, which is the hardware. So for the online map, we're going to be using the 3D. We have the models ready in the PCB models from Proteus. We're going to try and implement it on that. And for the hardware, we'll show you the video of the circuit which we'll prepare soon. So this is just a basic layout of what we will be making, the block diagram. So we'll be creating a user. Bluetooth will be enabled once we connect the device to the Bluetooth. Now this Bluetooth
So
enablement.
are your slides moving?
Yes, ma'am. Is it stuck on one?
I am seeing the first slide only.
Okay, sorry, ma'am. 1 second. Let me just.
It is not moving. It's on slide number 1.
Ma'am, are
Now
you
it's
able to see now?
Yeah, yeah, now it's moving.
Okay, so we'll be doing
Just make it a
the.
full screen.
And when I make it full screen, I don't know why it's going to this. Is the first slide being visible or is the second slide visible right now?
I think third slide is visible now.
Yes, it's not doing on full screen. I don't know why. 1 second, I'll reshare the screen. That. Okay, now it should be on. Is it visible now?
Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay. So this is the basic layout of our app which we are going to make. I'll just repeat it through the block diagram. We're going to create a user and then we'll enable the Bluetooth. They connect to the device which we have. Like say it is, there'll be a single device through which we'll be controlling the whole home appliances. And then using the Bluetooth enabled microcontroller, it'll be connected to all the home appliances will be connected to the relay board. So we'll just be demonstrating it using that. And relay will act like a switch. So if you're having the lamp off, it's off, the circuit is going to be broken over there like that. So we're going to make a app on Android and we're going to show you hardware simulation of it. So it's very simple. We're going to have only few things in the terms of UI, the on and off button for each device and then adding a device. And we'll be able to connect the Bluetooth. We'll show which all devices are available for connection. So once the device is connected, it'll give you a message that the device is connected. And we'll be having this as the application for switching on and off. We'll be representing it in the hardware using LEDs for now, since we can't exactly connect any extras. So we're just going to use simple LEDs to show the basic layout of that. In the online simulation, I will be showing it using two types of LEDs, one for a night lamp and one for a normal bulb, and one motor for representing the fan. So this is what our project is basically. And ma'am, along with that, we have the literature review. This is the literature review we've written, along with the reference we've taken and the citations.
So what is this? Go to the previous slide. The second one. Okay, you have written that MLA that you copied from Google Scholar, I guess. So that MLA should not be there. Okay, that is a writing scheme.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, go to next one.
That's pretty much it. That's it.
Okay.
The other one. This one is the one.
Okay, now for progress, how far have you progressed in this?
So, ma'am, I have basically done on the. So, right now, currently, me and Supana are working on the app. I have completed the app UI, almost 80% of the app UI. Development stage has started already, ma'am. We just finished the first stage of it. So, we're going to be working on to the basic main function. As for the Arduino section, Sai is working already on it. He'll also be working on the hardware section of it himself. So that is almost complete, ma'am. But there is still a lot of progress to be left on the app. So the app will take a long time. We'll be finishing it by like review 3, but we'll have the entire product ready for you by the review 3. So for now, we've done the basic UI, ma'am. That's it.
Okay, okay. It's okay. Thank you then. So who is the next group?
Thank you, ma'am.
Surya Nagya, Anil Kumar, and Yaswant Chaudhary. Are you there? Shall I make the presenter? Hello? Hello?
Ma'am, I can leave, right?
Yeah, you can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Surya, Naga, Anil Kumar, and Yaswant Chaudhary. Who is there? Okay, I think they are not there. Okay, Mohammad Ayaj, then Sadhi and Vikram.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Make me presenter.
Ma'am, I raise my hand. You can make me the presenter.
Okay, Vikram. Yeah. And start presenting Vikram.
Is it visible?
Okay. Yeah. Just make it full screen.
And so we are making an eye health aid. In this, we are going to combat the problem of computer vision syndrome. And computer vision syndrome is a condition which occurs due to prolonged usage of digital screens like laptop, mobiles, phones, etc. So this really causes a lot of damage to our health. Like it causes, it leads to problems like headache, strain, overall fatigue to our body, and it leads to weaker mental health also, man. So in this like CSV is like a major challenge in this in our society now. Like in teenagers, regularly 7 to 8 hours they watch digital screen, which leads to a lot of mental health issues, and like their health also goes down. So this eye blink detection, like a health aid system will combat this problem. So we will be using. Go to the abstract page, please. So we'll be using Node MCU ESP8266 and an IR sensor. So in this, we will detect the number of eye blink per minute of the user. So if that eye blink is less than a particular limit, then we will send an alert message to the user so that he could take a rest uh, and be free with this problem, and so that serious syndrome does not occur to him. Next, then literature review will be presented by Sadi Noor, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So for the literature review, we have basically taken four papers. The first paper, eye blink detection system. So this paper basically describes the construction and operation of the system for measuring eye blinks using two methods, basically electrooculography, oculography, EOG method, and the photoelectric method. So basically electrooculography is a method which records the electrical potentials within the cornea and the retina of the human eyes, and the photoelectric methods gives information about other signal parameters such as length of eye blinking time and use of the information obtained. So basically, in this paper, a module was made by combining these two methods, which was then able to successfully signal the patient's eye blink. The device was designed with high precision powered by lithium polymer battery, and the use of a microcontroller with a Wi-Fi module, transmission module within the central processing unit enable convenient communication between the module and the computer, which then facilitates the use of the system for diagnostic purposes. The second paper.
Basically using some extra devices, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Using the two methods, EOG method and using photoelectric method, they made a module. They made a device with a particular Wi-Fi transmission module.
Okay, so how will you be measuring the blinking?
I'm using an IR sensor.
IR is using infrared sensor.
Okay, so what IR sensor? How is it like helpful for blink detection?
It is a special type of IR sensor. It is like a what is this spectacular.
Actually later on in the slides we'll be explaining that as well. The
Yes,
working of the sensor itself.
Vikram will explain the methodology and then we will show it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. And the second paper is robust eye blink detection based on eye landmarks. So in this paper, an overview of important eye blink detection methods were introduced. An automatic technique for eye blink detection was introduced based on facial tracker. And this technique operates using video frames and by finding the vertical distance between the eyelids. And this is then followed by signal filtering and reduction of false negative eye blinks. So eye blink duration, frequency, and amplitude were also obtained for analysis of eye movement. This method achieved the high precision. However, the false negative blinks were detected due to unrecoverable noise in the obtained signal. So to combat this unwanted noise in the output signal, the people who wrote this paper, they used a combination of digital filters, which then reduce the signal noise to a bare minimum. And the third, go to the next page. So the third paper, video-based eye blink detection system. So this paper proposes a video-based eye blink detection algorithm to detect eye location and predict the eye status to be open or closed by means of image processing methods. So offline classification of eye status allows the support vector machine, which is an machine learning algorithm used basically for the data classification and regression. to partition the images into test and training data sets, which were then used to train the model and predict the eye status of images from the test set. The information was finally then sent to an app which displays either the eye is open or if the eye is closed. And go to the next page. And the last paper we used out of the four is computer vision syndrome identification using eye blink detection system. So in this paper, they developed an eye blink detector which can be used in dry eye prevention system. So using the histogram back projection method, so this algorithm basically detects the state of the eye within a certain time period, and if it does not detect any blink or if the rate of blinking is less than the normal rate, that is 15 blinks per minute, it will raise a flag of computer vision syndrome, as Ayaz mentioned. CVS, computer vision syndrome, is
Okay.
yeah.
This is fine.
So,
This is okay. Next,
yes.
what else?
So next I'm going to be explaining the methodology.
Yeah, so the components and the software that we're going to be using are the Node MCU microcontroller, which has an attached ESP8266 Wi-Fi module for our IoT purposes, and the sensor we'll be using is an infrared sensor, and the LED is just there to like indicate whether the person is blinking or not, and when the notification has been sent. And we'll be using the Arduino IDE to program, and the IoT platform that we're going to use is Blink. So the sensor that we're using is a CNY70 module. It is a reflective sensor and it includes infrared emitter and phototransistor in a LED package which blocks visible light. So basically when the eye is shut down, then the voltage is high. So it sends a binary signal of 1 to the microcontroller, and when it is open, it sends a 0. So the IR sensor and the LED is connected to the node MCU. We have a flag variable which is initialized at 0. So when the IR reading is low, the flag is set to 0. And when the IR reading is high, then the flag will be incremented by 1. And if it will be incremented again if in the previous statement the flag was 0. So basically when we are blinking, then only the flag value is going to be incremented. And we'll be recording this value in using the millis function, which is to keep track of the current time and the condition blinks. And the condition is blinks upon millis minus start time. So like from the start time, how many times the person has blinked within a minute. And then we'll be using this 15 by 60, with 60 being the number of seconds in a minute, to check whether the person's blinking is within the threshold. And if the condition is satisfied, then the blink sends an email and mobile notification depending on the data received.
Okay. How far have you progressed in this?
Like I wrote the code, but I have to check it once if it's working. Like I have to debug some
We
certain
have
things.
to, it's like a hardware project, so we have to order some of the stuff now.
Yeah.
In the review too, we can show you full working of this project.
Oh, okay. Okay, then thank you. Here's the next group. Abhishek Reddy, Monica Verma, and Devang Pandey. Are you ready? Whom shall I make the presenter?
Now we can leave, right? We can leave.
Yeah. Those who are presented can leave. Abhishek Reddy, Monica Verma, and Devang Pandey. Available or not? Okay. The next group, Yazat Grover, Ayan Patel. Whom shall I make the presenter? Yeah, you also not there. Okay. Next group, 15. Just a second. Group number 15 is Amit Raj. Amit Raj, are you there? Hello? You also not there. Then group number 16, Anwar, Abel, Shisha, and Getahum. Who is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is group 16, right?
Yeah.
Whom shall I make the presenter?
Chalacha will be the presenter.
Okay, just raise your hand and make you the presenter. Okay. I've made you the presenter. Yeah, go ahead. You told Chalachu will be presenter. Now Anwar is presenting. Okay, no issues.
Chalacha
Go
will
ahead.
be the presenter, ma'am.
Okay, then. Okay, but Anwar will be sharing the screen, right?
No. Chalacha will share the screen, ma'am. I will present and Chalacha will share the screen first.
Okay, where is Chalachu? He hasn't raised his hand.
Chalacha. 1 second, I have to check. Wait, ma'am, 1 second.
The next group be ready. The next group, Shwetansh's group is over. The next group is Aditi, Ishita, Surya and Gautam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, be ready. So let them present. After that, your turn. Yeah, Anwar, if you have the slides, you can start presenting.
Ma'am, Chalacha will join within 1 minute. Just hold on.
Okay. Next group, Beto Geju, are you there? Beto? Slok, you are presenting alone? Yeah, Slok, you are there alone? You can hear me, Slok, right? Okay, Vinayak Shukla. Okay, next to BBC Vardhan Virat, all the guys.
Ma'am, today lab is there.
Yeah, in the lab session itself, we will hold the review, we told, no?
Ma'am, can group 18 present? If no one.
I think already one group is presenting. After that, you can present. Okay, 16 is presenting now. So after that, 18. Okay. So in the lab session itself, we'll have the reviews. Those who have completed the reviews, they can leave.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, Anwar, what happened? Okay, group 18, if you all are there, you can start presenting. Let Chalachu join in the meantime. Who shall I make the presenter for group 18?
Ma'am, I've raised my hand. Can you make me the presenter?
Oh, Ishita, okay. Okay, Ishita, go ahead.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, yes.
So our project is home automation and safety using Node-RED and VNC Cloud. So this is our team members.
Somebody else is doing home automation, right? What is the difference there?
Ma'am, so I'm not sure about the other team, but I'll run you through our project and let you know about the USPs of our project. So one of the major USPs of our project is that we're using VNC Cloud. Now what VNC Cloud is, it's a connection brokering service that is hosted by the real VNC company. And why we're using it is because it has multiple data centers, not just in India, but all across the world. And it makes it very easy for us to deploy in relation with any other infrastructure as a service. That means we can deploy our work with Amazon, DigitalOcean, or anything like that, right? So we'll be using that, and we'll be using Node-RED to simulate and show the working of our complete automation system. So the aim in our abstract, the basic thought behind like the working of the project would be that we're going to use machine learning algorithms along with hardware, that is our sensors and embedded systems, to build a home automation system. This system will be having certain functionalities. One major functionality is intruder detection. How we're going to accomplish this is using machine learning algorithms along with image processing algorithms. Two of the major libraries that we'll be working on would be OpenCV and TensorFlow. What will happen is if an intruder is detected at any stage, then we'll be using the SendGrid module, which is for which we're going to be using Node.js to integrate it with, and the owner will get a message alert on their phone saying that an intruder has been alerted. Along with this, we are going to focus more on analytic sides of things because we want to make a home automation system which is very energy efficient. So we'll be analyzing the total power and consumption and ways to reduce it. So any kind of place where the camera doesn't detect a user and the equipment is still on, we are going to add that to the super load, and we are going to tell the user that these were the hours when the electricity was wasted and these were the hours that you could have reduced it. Along with that, we're going to also use different sensors to monitor different things like gas sensor to monitor any kind of gas leakage. And we're going to also use water level sensors to monitor, the water that has been used and the water that is being loaded in the tank on a weekly basis. So these are few, functions that we have started working on. And along the way, we would like to introduce few new ones also. So the objectives of our project to prevent intruders from entering the premises and providing access control. So what I mean by access control is that our system would already have a few people whose faces the system would recognize. Right. So when these people appear, they don't have to ring the doorbell. So it will be contactless. Given the situation in COVID, this will be very useful for many different systems, right? And anybody who is not in the system will either have to ring a bell, or if they are not recognized or not allowed to enter the system, an intruder alarm would go off. Then we're going to use a different IDS techniques, that is anomaly based on signature analysis, using different sensors and wireless cameras to detect intruders. If any intruder is detected, then the intruder image is examined with previously stored database to send a notification to the owner. Say if someone tries to break into your apartment more than once, the notification will be sent along with the image, and the image data can also be used to later track the person who is trying to intrude. Then we're also going to enable the homeowner to see and monitor the activity of the feed through an application. So our application is going to be Flutter based, and we're going to use a Node backend alongside it. So Aditi would now take over for the literature.
So for our literature review, we have referred to a lot of different papers, and these are the top 4 papers that I'll be talking about and that we have referred. So the first one is the NFC smartphone based access control system using information hiding. So in this particular paper,
just one thing. In your references, when you are citing the conference or the journal from which where this paper was published, that you need to mention. You have simply mentioned the name and the author, but along with that, the place where it is published, that needs to be mentioned. Like whether it is a conference, IEEE conference, or a journal or a transaction, that needs to be mentioned.
Okay, ma'am, I'll definitely include it till the next review. Yeah, so coming back in this paper, there is they have proposed an access control scheme that uses smartphone near field communication technique and information hiding techniques, and they have used this in order to overcome the challenges when the attacker has the access to the mechanical locks, the physical keys, so that's what this paper talks about. Then the second paper is the low-cost real-time system monitoring using Raspberry Pi. Now this paper describes the design and implementation of Raspberry Pi-based low-cost system monitoring, a single board computer that follows the motion detection algorithm written as a default. It's written in Python basically. The The third paper is the Smart Home Automation for System Intrusion Detection. So over here, the design and implementation of smart home automation with intrusion detection is integrated to mitigate any damages that is caused by any burglary. Then this proposed system also integrates a web server into the home appliances, and it can check their status on a timely basis. And the function descriptors, they use the support vector machine classifier and histogram of directed gradients in order to accurately predict human human movements, and also rejects any false alarms. The fourth paper would be the IoT based smart security and home automation system. Now this
This
project
is fine. Okay, this is
yes,
fine. Next, go ahead.
all right. Gautam will talk about the
Yeah.
working structure.
Yeah. Can you go over to the next slide, please? Yeah. So, ma'am, we can classify this entire project into three parts. That is, first, you have to first recognize the face. I mean, that is first you have to identify that a face is there in front of the camera. The next thing is to recognize who that face is. Is that face a desirable face? Is that a friendly face, or is it an intruder? And the third thing is to tell the owner or the user that there is an intruder in front of your home. So for first identification, there are two ways, ma'am. One thing is the Haar cascade classifier, and another one could be using Keras, that is the artificial neural networks. Now, both of these have their own strengths and also their challenges. The thing about the Haar cascade classifier is that it is quite fast and it is very robust, but its accuracy can be tend to be a little bit lesser. But thinking about neural networks have lots and lots of dense layers, which makes it really, really accurate. But it takes a lot of time and it needs a lot of input and data for it to work on. Now, thinking about I'll talk about the software part of it, that is the Python part of it. So that is the Haar cascade classifier. Now, the Haar cascade classifier, there are four things. Number one, Haar features. So what you do in that is basically a Haar feature can be is a white and black and white box. So what happens is you put that black and white box on any of an image. Over here is the image of a face. So you put that on any kind of an image. What it does is it every pixel. Okay, our face is made up of pixels. An image is made up of pixels, and each pixel has a value. So what you do is you subtract the pixels in the black box minus the pixels in the white box and gives a value. In this way, you'll be able to get a value for each part of your face, and in this way, you'll be able to identify which part of the face or which thing. For example, all of us have features. We have different features. So using that, we'll be able to train the algorithm that this part of the person which you want, has a particular feature, and this feature is what we want. This feature is likable. It's a friendly feature. So you know that there are many different Haar features because you know our eyes there's a black and white eyes, and our nose is a bit longer, so we can't use the same features everywhere. So because of this, different like almost 16,000 of features can be generated. This would just slow the system down. So we use something known as ADA Boost. So what this does is it runs algorithms and filters it to almost less than half. So this helps us to work with less number of features and also improves our accuracy. After this, we implement the cascading classifiers, which helps in the recognition process. Over here, the hardware which we are using is the Raspberry Pi, which will be our interface. The webcam, which is going to take the feed inside, that is the input for the Python program. A buzzer which will give an alarm that when an intruder comes in, and wires, that's for connection. Next slide, please. Yeah, so over here, ma'am, the VNC, I've already talked about the OpenCV library, that is, which is either Haar Cascade or using Keras artificial neural network. The VNC viewer, VNC, it just acts as a connection between the user who is sitting somewhere else with his phone, basically virtual network computing, and it helps the viewer to look at what's happening. It helps him to him or her to access the the entire process from just his mobile phone. and the server. So the images, all the computation happens in the OpenCV library. The result goes to the server, the cloud server, and from the server it goes towards the viewer. Now the fast2 SMS, it's just the a tool which sends the SMS to the owner, that the SMS like some person has entered. Okay, it's a friendly face, it's an intruder, and that kind of information is sent using fast2 SMS. The OpenCV and Python compiler, this is where most of our important processes happen. Like I mentioned before, the recognition, the identification of the facial some faces there. So this is where this happens. Next slide, please. Yeah. So the VNC cloud server, so it acts as the interface with the Raspberry Pi, and it takes the information from the OpenCV, the Python, and then it gives out to the VNC viewer where the owner can view. The camera module, it takes the input from the surrounding, and it feeds it to the software on which we can do further computations. The next will be continued by Surya.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening. Continue.
Ma'am, here in this flowchart, it mainly focuses on the home automation for the intrusion detection. In the background, there will be this gas detection and the energy conservation and the water level detection that will happen in the background. And here we are mainly focusing on in the flowchart about the home intrusion. So what happens is the process starts, and then there will be we have to initialize the magnetic contact. There will be Bluetooth device, GSM module, LCD display, keypad, and all the sensors mentioned. And there will be a sense like a magnetic contact position. So if a person goes in, and they have to check if it's connected or not, and they have to enter a password. So on the door, if the password verifies, then the door is unlocked. And after the person enters, they can again re-enter a password to lock it. Again, it checks and it verifies if it enters or not, like if it's correct or not. If it is wrong, it will display a wrong password, and it will turn on the LED, and it will also on the buzzer. So there are many CCTVs and many this kind of detection that is already present. But what is different in our project is that we'll be able to send the SMS to the owner's mobile itself. Like when there is an intruder, like an unknown face trying to enter into the house, it will turn on the buzzer. And also we will be able to send it to the owner's mobile phone through this VNC that we have mentioned before. And it will, then after that, this process will be like, it will keep happening. It's like a loop. It will keep checking if the person is there, if it is a known face. Like we have used this deep learning technique, CNN, for storing the people's face. Like there will be certain people, like in the house, there 4 people might be living in the house.
Have you started this work?
Ma'am, there are actually like 4 modules, like the camera module, deep learning module, face detection module, and alarm module. So we started working on this face detection using this OpenCV and TensorFlow. We started using algorithms to detect a person's face. Like after that, we'll be using this thing to store a person's face and check it with the existing person. Like if a new person enters, it will check does the system knows this person or not.
What will be where from will you collect the data sets?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, pre-existing data sets are available, open source data sets are available. So we'll be using 3 major data sets: eye, nose, and face.
Okay, eyes, nose, and face means this is the data set about
So we'll be detecting eyes, we'll be detecting nose, and we'll be detecting face, so that we get the most accurate intruder alert, right? If any kind of eyes that are not in the system are detected, if the nose is also not detected and the face is also not detected. Because sometimes when somebody is standing a little far, it is easy to get a false positive or false negative. That is why we'll be using 3 different parameters.
Okay. Any other? Anything else? Surya or done?
Ma'am, this is the overall, the project, the idea, like what we're trying to do.
Okay. Anything else or done? Okay. So this seems interesting, but I want to see like how efficient it is with respect to your data set, how many data you use for storing and training your system, so that whenever a new phase comes, how far you can go on detecting that. We'll see that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay then. Next group. Who is the next group? Anwar, are you ready?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready. But Chalacho is from L1 and L2 slot, so he couldn't able to join this meeting. He is from morning slot.
He's from morning slot means lab
So
he
he's
had
not.
now, no? 4 to 5:30.
Yeah. I think his lab is L1 and L2 only.
No, but I told to form groups within the lab members. Okay, so whom shall I make the presenter? You?
Yeah, I'll present. Just make me a presenter.
Oh, you are already a presenter. You can go ahead.
Okay. Mom, can you see my screen?
Just a second. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it is visible. Go ahead.
Yeah. So our project title, we are five in first. We are five in this group. Chalacho, Awil, Firaul, Anwar, and Fusaha. Yeah. So the problem statement of our project is making the password-based door lock system using Arduino. So we know security is the main concern in our daily life. So each and every individual needs to feel secure and access control for the door form an essential part in our daily life. Door locked using conventional lock are not as safe as so often. So anyone can break it by breaking this lock. Also, most of the time, people forget their door lock while leaving home due to certain reason, right? For example, pre-thinking of the job that they are going to do, thinking about their family, thinking about something else. So that's the most people problem. So we are gonna to solve this problem using password-based system, password-based door lock system, and yeah, these are problem statement. So in this project, our methodology will be we are going to perform it using both hardware and software implementation. From the software part, we're going to use Tinkercad software application, and we have also going to implement using hardware component. We'll see laterally what type of components that we gonna to use. So we are just using 5 or 6 more steps to design this special look. The first one is coding the default password will be defined the Arduino that can be changed via coding. We can manipulate and we can change this thing by using code. So when a password is entered, in case the user or the owner of the house enters the password, it will match with the password stored in the Arduino. Initially, you have to store the code, the pre-processed code password into the Arduino board. So the input password that the user or the owner of that house enters that password that letter or alphabet. So if it is correct, then it will show access granted and a welcome message from from the Tinkercad software, and then rotate the servo motor to 180 degrees as the door is get opened. So again, time limit will be given while coding for entering via the door. Once the time limit reached, the door will get locked automatically. So we are gonna to set the time limit for this door. If the password is wrong, in case someone who is not knowing the password or who is not the owner of the house going to enter into the house using a wrong password, then this door will show. Then it will show code incorrect and go away. This is a warning message from this special software, and the buzzer will also beep once when any key is pressed. So this gate alarmed for the owner of the house. So the we're going to implement the tool which we are gonna to use in this program in this project are the first one is Arduino and servo motor. We gonna use keypad also 16 by 2 LED, one ohm resistor and jumper wire and NPN transistor, Tinkercad software and Arduino software will be used.
Okay, what is the country? Yeah, yeah. Anwar, just tell me what will be the contribution of your members?
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't get your voice clearly.
I was asking what will be the contribution of 5 members? How each one of you is going to contribute to this?
Actually, due to network issues remaining, I become silent. Let me just call their name and let's try to have a discussion or a review. Okay. Sir, you there, right? Fish.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Is it audible now, Anwar?
Yeah, now it's audible. Can you hear my sound?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, yours is also audible. I was asking, like, you have 5 members. So what will be the contribution of other members?
No, because I'm in the
Now they will
taxi, that's why.
Abel, could you present this flowchart or Firaol or Fish? Could you present the flowchart part, please?
Yeah, this flowchart.
Yeah. 1 second, ma'am. They will present the flowchart. Will cover
Okay,
by.
can I continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is audible.
Okay. First of all, we are 6 in number in this group. Awo is also there. And when it
So
come
your
back to
name is not there, Firaul, in this group?
me and Awo joined late, mom. There were 4, and I told you in personal chattings.
Okay, but you need to write it, update it here in the Excel sheet, right? Then how would I know?
Oh, sorry, we will edit it.
Yeah, in the Excel sheet also you update Firaul and
Yes, Firaul and Awo. Okay. First of all, the password is given by the user, and then if the inserted password is correct, you are changing the slide, Anwar.
Anwar slides are fixed.
One second. Sorry. Now you can proceed.
I didn't see the flowchart.
Now can you see the flowchart?
No. Yes, no. Okay, then if the inserted password is correct, the LCD will display access granted, and then it will wait for 5 seconds, and then if a person can get in, it will wait for 5 seconds, and then it will lock it again. And if the password is incorrect, then it will display the message go away. As Anwar told you before, we'll do it on Tinkercad. So this is the flow of our project. Can you turn it to the next?
What will be the contribution of each one of you? Who will be handling which part? There are 6 of you, right? So who will be handling which part?
Can I present the
Expected
expected output?
Yeah, you can have it.
Okay, now from the expected output, we expect that after we open the door using the password, because we are trying to protect our doors from any security issues. Ma'am, I'm in the taxi. Am I available?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Kapil.
Okay. The expected output is because we give the inputs and some instructions to the program using the doc systems. This one give after we complete the project, it will be productive and productive, enough security, and as long as the password is not shared. Because we didn't share the password, no one is allowed to use that password. So our information, our
Okay,
household,
okay,
everything
okay.
is
Just hold on, Abel. So I could basically understand what you are doing, but I expect that in the review time you should give them this, like open this to all your class members, like some password you give everyone to, like, try to open something, and accordingly give us that security example, whatever you are trying to prove. Do that through a real time, like somebody or everybody just want to give some password and all, and see how it, like whether it is matching or not. Okay, give that kind of a demo in your final review. Okay. Okay, what
Thank you
is
very much.
FISA and Chalachu's contribution?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Salacho is from L1, L2 slot, ma'am. He is no now he is not in this meeting. He is just he didn't get the link for this meeting, so he is from L1, L2 slot in the morning.
Yeah,
So
that I
about
understand, but I told you all to form groups within lab members. Okay, anyway, let's see. Okay, that's all right. So during that final review, presented live demo kind of thing. Okay, so the next group. Bedo, are you there? Yeah, Bedo, are you there?
can we leave, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah, you can leave.
thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Bedo, are you there? Okay, not there. Okay, the next group. Slok, are you there? Shall I make you the presenter? Raise your hand, Slok.
Ma'am, I need some time, like 15 minutes.
Okay. So next to Vinayak Sukla, are you there? Yeah, Vinayak. I don't know what has happened, why all are absent. Okay. Anant, are you ready with your team? Yeah, Anant. Hello. Anand, Sivaprasad, Srijan, Anurag, are you all ready? Chetan, are you ready? I have anyway talked to Anand, so I can. Their team members have already talked to, so it is fine if even if they don't present now, because I know what exactly they have up to. Then who else? Chetan Jain, are you ready? Sai Ganesh.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, I'm doing with the Harish Kumar, ma'am, but he's not available this class, so I cannot do this class, ma'am.
Who?
I'm Rishivardhan, ma'am. I'm doing with Harish Kumar.
Okay. So Harish Kumar is in different class?
No, ma'am, he's in this class, but he's not available.
Okay, no problem. Then you can present. I can just evaluate him sometime later.
No,
Okay.
ma'am, he's having the PV. That's the problem. I'm trying to contact him, but he's not available. Can I
Okay.
do it later, ma'am? Can you give me another time slot?
Okay. I'll give one time sometime next week. But this is not done, like so many people are absent. Why it is, I don't understand. 23 group number. Okay, receiver. The new name is not there in the list, right?
Ma'am?
Your receiver then, right?
Yes, ma'am. Rishivardhan Harish Kumar, ma'am.
Your name is in which group?
I don't remember the number, ma'am, but
In the Excel sheet, have you filled?
I think Harish did it, ma'am.
let me search. What is your name?
Rishi Vardhan.
R-I-S-H-I, Rishi.
Hmm.
It's not there. You have not yet filled. Then how will I evaluate? You tell me. You come go and fill that Excel sheet immediately.
Where's the Excel sheet, ma'am?
Okay. I'm just sharing it here again. I think this is the nth time I'm sharing, but still, just go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm posting it here in Teams. So just go ahead and fill it up now immediately. Did you see? Do you see that?
In the files, ma'am, I couldn't find it in the files.
In the chat, in the chat. Did you see in the chat just now? I said general chat.
Yes, ma'am, I can see it, ma'am. I just.
Okay. So Sai Ganesh, Sheikh Abdul, none of you are there.
Hello, ma'am. We are there, ma'am.
Whom shall I make the presenter?
Ma'am, Nitish, make me as a presenter.
Okay. I'm just making you the presenter. Just go ahead. Okay. This is a radar system, but how are you going to demonstrate this? Okay, go ahead. What is your presenter proposal? I want to see. Hello. Yeah, Nitish, can you hear me? You are muted, Nitish. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Like our project is short range radar system, ma'am. Our team members are Latif and me and Ganesh.
Okay.
Like, to explain Latif. Latif, are you available?
I think he's not there.
Ma'am, he is from another lab, ma'am. Can we create a meeting? Can we?
Okay, Sheikh and Sai Ganesh. Okay, Nitish and Sai Ganesh, you both can present, no? You have the slides, so
Yes,
go
ma'am. We
ahead.
can present.
Okay.
Like
Go ahead.
we have. Okay, ma'am. We can present. Like it's a radar system, ma'am. Radio detection and ranging system. Like it is easy to detect the. It is easy to detect the object and the tracking using radio wave to get the range and speed of the objects. Like the main objective of this project is like other than the infrared and optical sensing devices, like it is used to detect the tracking and object detection in difficult climate conditions and determines the distance and range. And also we are exploring a new processing IDE which is free and which is free for a graphical included with the graphical library integrated with built-in visual design, ma'am.
Okay,
Hello.
okay. Yeah. So, but
ma'am.
how are you going to demonstrate? I understood. Just a second.
Yes, ma'am. Like we are using the Arduino Uno, and we'll be having ultrasonic sensor, and we having a servo motor, and we have like
on display
for displaying the graphical representation. We having the processing ID, ma'am. Like this.
Okay, just hold on. Give me 1 minute. I'll be back. 1 minute.
అరే స్లైడ్ మూవ్ అవ్వట్లేదురా
Bro, I mean expected outcome. It is visible.
No, bro. It's from the first page only. Short range radar system. Yeah. It's now it's visible. Yeah. Now it's changed.
No.
No.
Yeah, Nitesh, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Did you
This is
saw
the
my
block diagram.
block diagram before, ma'am?
No. Yeah.
Ma'am, can you
This
see
is
my
the
block
input,
diagram?
ultrasonic sensor, the controller, adrenaline encoder.
Servo
Okay.
motor and display, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this everything will be simulation based, right?
Yes, ma'am. Simulation, and we are thinking of giving the online software as well as the hardware demonstration, ma'am.
Okay. Then how will you be demonstrating software along with that demonstration of the hardware you will do? No. How will you do?
I didn't get.
Just a second. Okay. This will be software. Which software you will be using? Where you will be doing
Processing,
this?
ma'am.
And hardware. 1 second. Sorry. So you will be using which software? Proteus.
Processing, ma'am. Processing.
Processing. So are you aware of that software? Have you
Like,
earlier used on that?
no, ma'am. I was only introduced in my faculty, so it was used to like show the graphical representation, like very in, like particularly in 3D, 2D. So I thought to doing this, exploring this software.
Okay, but is it possible to do this kind of work there?
Means for showing the output, ma'am.
Yeah.
Definitely, we will show the output like this expected outcome. We will show the same, ma'am. We will be getting the range of the object and the distance.
Okay. Let's see how it progresses. Because this software I am not aware, so I want to see how it performs. Okay, then thank you. Next group slow.
Ma'am, this is a timeline. Ganesh will explain. No need of anything.
Okay,
Ma'am,
no
is that
need, no
fine?
need.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Slok. Yes, Slok, are
Hello,
you ready now? Yeah.
ma'am. Actually, I just wanted to collect 2 more papers. I haven't collected many papers, so that's the problem.
Okay, so you want to be presenting today?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need another time?
Ma'am, actually, yes, I have prepared all the content of all the slides, but only this thing is remaining. I was doing on Tinkercad now, so it was very difficult to gather many papers. So that's why I was just searching for that.
Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, I just want to know your proposal. What are you planning? How are you planning? That's it. Just to so we
Okay,
can.
so I should show that only.
Yeah, just so for the timing, that's fine.
Okay,
Just so
please make me the presenter.
okay. Okay, just go ahead.
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Ma'am, you can't see.
Just a second. No, not yet.
Ma'am, but I am displaying. Ma'am, now.
I think it is loading. Just hold on.
Ma'am, wait for a second. Ma'am, 1 minute then.
Just stop sharing and share again.
Ma'am, wait. Ma'am, wait. 1 minute. Once I will stop sharing.
Still not visible to me, slow.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Wait, I'm just checking it why not visible. Ma'am, now.
It's loading now. Yeah, visible now.
Ma'am, visible?
Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay, ma'am. So my project is about COVID-19, social distancing indicator and alarming system. So This is the abstract, ma'am, that we need social distancing in this COVID-19 era. So the aim of the project is basically to design a system using Tinkercad, in which I will design a circuit in such a way that it detects the distance between people and group of people and indicates when there is a violation or something like that. And I will be also using, these are the hardware components. ESP8266, I am using Wi-Fi module so as to send the temperature data that temperature sensor will detect, and it will send to the ThingSpeak cloud. Hello?
Okay, yeah.
Ma'am, but this is something that I have planned initially, but now what I am seeing is that Tinkercad people have removed this ESP module from their software only. But now I will just see how can I manage this thing. So I have just
See,
still
because
kept.
this thing has been like done in your class on a like small scale, so you need to like you are planning for hardware, right? So that will be your extra contribution here.
No, I am okay. So these things are the hardware that I am planning. But ESP has been removed by Tinkercad. They are saying that due to some security features we have removed. But I have actually found a way in which ESP can be used. So that's why I'm still mentioned here.
Okay. So
Okay.
next,
And then these are the software ThingSpeak. I will be used to store the data from the temperature sensor, and I will send the data from Tinkercad to ThingSpeak.
okay.
These are the objectives to,
That is
to
clear.
like to reduce the amount of violations and to spread, like to control it. We are designing a
So
system.
your everything is done, but your literature survey is like pending. That's what you are talking, right?
Yes, literature survey is not actually pending. Actually, I was not able to gather like too much of papers. It was going actually beyond the scope because every paper was having some deep learning thing. But this course is basically based on IoT. That's why I didn't actually refer those papers. But ultimately, I have to. So I need some more time for that only.
Okay. Okay, that's all then you plan
Yeah,
how to
block.
integrate that in your hardware and cite, even if those are deep learning papers, you need to cite like how your work is different from them and how you're planning to like improve upon them. Okay, that you can cite
Yes.
in. Okay,
Okay. So,
then.
ma'am, what about literature survey? I think I should send you the like PPT with the survey on mail.
Yeah, that you can do.
With that, I can do, right?
Yeah. We'll
Okay,
do
ma'am.
that.
Only the references or literature survey will also be there in the review one. Ma'am, this is review one, right?
Yeah. Literature review along with references slides.
Okay, so literature review should also be there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So I will send you over the mail. Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am. Is there any question you want to ask?
No, this seems okay. This is not a general question answer. I just want to know how far you have progressed, how you are progressing.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
Actually, I've already designed the circuit in my mind, so I will be just implementing it.
Okay
Okay,
then.
ma'am.
Thank you. I'll stop
Thank you.
recording and end the meeting here. Thank you.
Okay.